People are shocked at my son's behavior. You know, at just 15 years old, when you shake his hand, he gives you a firm handshake while looking you in the eyes. He tells you it's nice to meet you, states his name. He's been doing that since he was like 8. If he has the opportunity to hold the door for you, he will. If he's in a situation where people are serving themselves, maybe a buffet for instance, when he was young, he would jump in and start serving them. If he can help you carry something, he will offer. When there are younger children present at a party or a Bible study or anything like that, he'll step in and play with them. He knows that older kids are cool to younger kids. He remembers that from when he was little. So he tries to be that cool older kid. He encourages them. He generally will not take a bite of food, mealtime snack or otherwise, without thanking his provider, Jesus, first. He's not afraid or shy about talking to adults or to ask a question, especially if it's what the Wi-Fi code is or the password. He's funny, he's smart, he's talented, and he's not afraid to be by himself or be himself. He's obedient to me and to his mother and to those in authority over him. He says, please and thank you. That might sound to you like I'm bragging about my son, but that's true. His behavior and the many compliments that I receive regularly about him make me really proud of him. I didn't get lucky. He isn't this way by happenstance. It's intentional parenting. I worked very hard to build him up into the young man that he is today. And I'm excited to see who he becomes as he grows and matures. Now, he has a part in that. He has done a lot of hard work himself. Is he perfect? Thank God, no. Does he make mistakes and mess up? Thank God, yes, he does. My reaction to those mistakes, though, will shape and mold my son into whoever he becomes in this world. It will affect his work life, his ministry life, the way he sees God, and eventually the way he is a husband and father to his own children one day. So when we as adults mess up, how does God correct us, the Father? Does he tell us we can't do anything right? Does he ask us why we would do something so stupid? Does he tell us we did it wrong? Does he yell at us? Does he give us the silent treatment? He doesn't. He gently corrects us. And then he gives us the opportunity to try again. And as a father, I wish I had noticed and learned this earlier, because God's relationship with us and with his son, Jesus Christ, is the best example and lesson in parenting I've ever seen. And my goal is to emulate that kind of parenting, that style of discipline. It would not help my child if I did not discipline him, but it also would not help him if I do not discipline him in love, from a place of pure love, from a place of acceptance, like my Father in heaven does for me. I didn't always know this. As a matter of fact, my son Joshua is my 4th child. I married into the first 3 and became their stepfather, and I wasn't very good at it. I wanted to be. I loved them very much. I gave of myself and all of the material things I had. I gave them everything. I tried to adorn them with the things that they needed and most of the things they wanted. But I didn't know how to be a good dad. In fact, based on the filters that I grew up with and the ideas and the lies that I developed in my head over my lifetime, I used harsh discipline without love. And I thought it was okay to discipline while being angry and just to let my anger flow. But I was wrong. The consequence for being wrong was a lost relationship with my children. And there are the other factors in that lost relationship that did not come from me. But my part on being ignorant, on learning how to be a parent and knowing how to be a parent cost me dearly. I still had a pretty good learning curve with my son later in life. In fact, I still have a lot to learn. I'm happy to say that God has shown me some truths that have really helped me to be a better father and a better dad. And I want to share those truths with parents that want to be the best parents they can be. Many of us just figure it out as we go. I believe this is why as parents, we make so many mistakes. And I think making mistakes can prove to be a good thing if we learn from them. I like the term failing forward. And I've learned that being an intentional parent requires quite a bit of that. So what if police officers just received a badge and a gun and were just sent out on the streets to figure it out as they went? What if an airplane pilot learned the skills required how to fly an airplane, but didn't learn airport procedure and then just tried to figure it out as they went? And I think by these dramatic examples, you can see what I'm getting at. So why as parents do we decide to just figure it out as we go? That's not all of us. Some of us read books and learn to try to be better parents. However, through the many interviews that I've conducted with other parents, I realize most of us don't. Many of us had parents that were intentional, and maybe we didn't, but many of us had parents that treated us in a way that we swore we would never treat our own kids that way. And then we find ourselves doing the exact same thing. It's not your fault. I want to show you that we can unlearn those behaviors. We can unlearn that parenting skill or lack thereof. Parenting the opposite, though, of what we were parented at is just different. It doesn't make it right, and it doesn't make it intentional. My directive in life is to empower parents to become more intentional with your kids and to help all of us become the parents that we always wanted to be. I myself, I'm learning more every day about how to be a better parent, and I have learned a lot, but I have so much more to learn. And I know that I still have such a long way to go. And I hope to always be learning more and becoming the best parent that I can be. So I invite you to join me on this journey as we together, side by side, figure out better ways to be a parent, as we share ideas from many different parenting styles and many different parents. And together, let God reveal new ways for us to become more intentional about being a parent. And it starts with creating a plan. No building that has any strength or longevity was built without a plan, without a blueprint. And the blueprints for a house or a building are completely finished, looked over, revised over and over again before a shovel ever cuts through the dirt, exposing the earth beneath it. The foundation of a building is the first thing built, engineered specifically to withstand the weight and the punishing effects of gravity upon it. It needs to also be able to withstand severe weather, as well as to remain in place through all of the test of time in order to ensure the integrity and strength of the building to be built. For our children, we are that foundation. For us, our parents are ours. And for all of us, parents and children alike, God the Father is our foundation. So I offer you this analogy that we are to make a solid and specific plan about parenting. Be flexible, make revisions, build it with integrity and strength, though, to be able to stand strong for generations to come. It's your legacy. It's not as easy as figuring it out as we go, not at first. It takes more work. But the fruits of that labor and being intentional will last for generations, along with the legacy you will have created within and for your family. It'll be worth it, I promise. Join me as we walk side by side, hand in hand, arm in arm, and we learn these things together. Welcome to the podcast identityU, where we help you discover your identity. My name is Michael Feynman, and I am so excited to walk alongside of you as we find this place of self-discovery together. Thank you for joining us again on identityU.